All right, guys. Welcome back. SUMARI to everybody out there, to all my dark artists. This is set. This is video. Actually, I don't remember because I haven't been up here for a minute, and I haven't. I don't know. It's 10, probably 108, 107, 108, something like that. But you guys know what's up, man. Listen, before I get started, shout outs to House Vibes. I got your message on YouTube. Thank you. Haven't been on for a minute. Had to go into a little bit of, go to my fortress of solitude, get away for a bit, but I'm back. Thank you. Happy New Year's to you too. Seeing your message. I also want to give a shout out to Robert Calderon. Robert Calderon wrote in my comments on one of my recent videos about his experience. And Robert basically had, I don't know if it's his first out-of-body experience or probably one that he hasn't had in a long time. Like, you know, I think his last one he said was like a few years ago. So he wrote a comment which was funny. I didn't respond to it yet, but it was like, holy shit, this is fucking amazing. You know, anything in my teeth guy that just finished eating, but I apologize. But yo, so he sent me this video. He's like, holy shit, this is amazing. You know, I just went out of body and it's the best fucking thing. And he actually made a video. This is how you know when you got a powerful experience, guys. His experience was so powerful that he actually made a video. And he was like, fuck it, I'm making a video about this. I'm telling everybody. And he made a video about it. And that's good. And I watched the video, man, and it was pretty good. You know, I mean, he doesn't show himself. It's like blacked out, but it doesn't matter. I mean, you don't have to always show yourself. It's all about the experience. And that's how it was so powerful that he was driven to put it up. And that's how it is, guys. If more people did that, this kind of stuff will become more mainstream. If people were talking more about the experience instead of just keeping it to yourself. I know a lot of people don't feel that, you know, that they want to share. But, you know, if you put it out there, it not only helps validate your experience, but it helps validate other people's experience. The same way I come forward with information, it helps to validate some of your experiences. Now, you don't need validation from other people, obviously, but it does help, you know, it helps when you put your information out, man, when you have these powerful experiences, whatever they are, you know, it doesn't matter what it is, it could be anything, but if it's something within the realm of the things we talk about, then it could be a good thing. It could be very helpful and beneficial to other people along their development. So check out his video, and he just basically talks about his experience. You can find it in the comments. Check the last, I don't know what video it was, one of the last few videos I dropped, Robert Calderon. And you just click on his name, and then it'll take you to his page, and then he has one video up talking about it. I think it only has like 12 views, but good. Everybody, it's a start. And, excuse me, I recommend you to continue, brother. Don't stop. You know, if you want to put more videos up, keep up your progress. The main point is this, guys. Check this out. It doesn't matter. So, you know, it's like all the people I've been talking about for this stuff. So, I gotta make sure. All the people I've been talking to about these things for years, a lot of people have some of the same things. Like they say, oh, I haven't had any experience yet. But there's a few individuals who I know that have been at it. Someone just contacted me recently here in Japan. And she was like, we talked about this years ago. And, you know, she contacts me like once a year. And it's funny, she's like, well, I have no progress yet, no progress. But this time she was like, I actually had progress. And I was like, what? Yeah, she texted me for New Year's, and she was basically like, look, I finally went out of body, and I couldn't believe it, you know, and everything was as real as, you know, how we are here. And Robert Calderon basically said the same thing. Now, I heard in your video, you tried to call out for me. He was like, he said, set dark arts. Good, man. You know, try anything. When you're in these experiences, try to reach out to me. If you do get something with me in it, it may be me, it may not be me. It could be your own projection of me. Doesn't matter. The point is, you had your own experience. And you only need one, guys. You only need one to validate it. Don't have these experiences, right? Because I know a lot of people, right? You have these experiences and you get one, and then you start questioning it. And I like what Robert Calderon did in his video, where he was basically like, it was real, you know, and he emphasized on that fact that it was real. He kept mentioning that, you know, it was real as me talking and things like that, it was like he knew it was real, and it was a self-validation for himself that it was a real experience. And that's all you need, guys. You only need one to get those doors open within your own mental state. You only need one. You don't have to keep, you have one experience and then you go into self-doubt, and then, no, I need another one. I need another one. It becomes like a drug, like a quick fix. Like you need to have in this stream of experiences to validate if this is real or not. It doesn't matter. You get one powerful experience where you're conscious in it, and that's all the proof you need from that point on. And then as you go deeper into your practices and your studies, you will get the validation that you're seeking. Trust me, it'll come to you. So hold on, let me switch hands. That hand's getting tired. So House Vibes, Happy New Year. Happy New Year's to everybody, but House Vibes, thank you. Robert Calderon, thank you for sharing. And Raphael hit me up on another social media. And Raphael, Happy New Year to you too, brother. Everybody was like, he was saying that, he wrote me this long message, but I got the gist of it, I read it all, and sorry for the late response, but he basically was like, it's funny because he was like, yo man, I'm hitting 30, I'm paraphrasing now, but he's basically like, I'm hitting 30 years old, and he notices that all the individuals around him are complaining about their bodies are deteriorating, and I'm getting old, and I'm breaking down. And he's like, yeah, they're all saying that, but shit, I don't feel any of that. And he's like, I feel great. And anytime I feel any kind of aches or pains, he said he's basically like, he fixes it himself. He massages himself. He, I guess does some kind of visualization that his body that he has some good cells coming in, the cells are regenerating. That's how it is, guys. Look, listen, let's keep it real. Through the centuries, there have been so many so-called spiritual masters. They've all come and gone. And what's the key thing that they all have in common? They're gone. Meaning, they all pass from this life to the next. So, as powerful the things that I say that I do, and others have said, at the end of the day, we still got to check out, man. Like, that's just the process, But it doesn't mean that there aren't some amazing experiences. So, don't, if you're one of these people that's like on the internet looking for some kind of magical spell or the secret scrolls from, beneath the tombs of the pharaoh and all these like secret things that are going to help you reach immortality, you already have it, guys. I mean, I've probably said this many times, I think I did, but you're already immortal. You just have to accept it. Immortality doesn't mean living forever in a physical reality. Immortality means recognizing that you are an eternal being. That's what it is. And if you can see beyond this physical life, you will know that you're immortal. And see, when people say they want immortality, what they really mean is that they want to continue a physical life of materialism, basically. They want to live their lives forever, and whatever they think they're doing now, whether it's shopping or self-gratification, things that make you happy, parties, everyone's different. But they want to maintain. You see this with a lot of rich tycoon billionaires, where like they're in a wheelchair, half dead, and still pushing, like, no, I don't want to go yet. And they try searching out all these means of cryotherapy to extend their life, or, I want to freeze myself and put my consciousness into a computer. And it is hilarious because you have like people who literally, like these billionaires, they're spending billions and billions and billions of dollars into like research of how can I extend my lifespan. I want to project my consciousness into, a computer so I can keep going. Like, what are you afraid of, man? Everyone dies. The physical body dies. And even that is questionable. Nothing really dies, guys. Nothing gets destroyed. Energy never gets destroyed. You can't destroy anything. Your own thoughts, when you create things in these non-physical states, anything you've created, no matter how crazy or silly or scary it is, they don't go away. They continue within the realm of reality that they're in. So whatever crazy dream you had when a kid of a crazy, just say for example, your teddy bear comes to life and he's chasing you in the room, he's trying to kill you. That was your fears manifesting that, man. Fears of whatever you were going through at that time. And that teddy bear is still out there somewhere in his own realm of reality. Whatever the possibilities were that you dreamt him up in and created him, he's still there. He's probably evolved into something else by now. or you could be terrorizing other kids with the same similar fears. You see what I'm saying? Like those fears, if you've overgrown that and outgrown that, they move on to other children or other people who have those fears, and it's up for them to get past them and so on and so forth. But then again, that entity could also have evolved and moved past that, and they didn't want to be scary teddy bear monster. It could be something else by now. But everything continues, guys. You can't really destroy anything. So, like even your physical body, see, when you die, people say, all right, this person's dead, or I don't want to die. Even when the physical body dies, it's still going. It decomposes, that's what they say, goes into decomposition, and it breaks down into other elements. Bugs come in, insects, they take care of some of it, and you move on. That physical body, that vessel, becomes something else. It takes part, it joins up with other life forms, and it spreads out across the universe. Everything is going on into new forms. So the body rejoices. When you die, you rejoice when you get to the other side, because you realize you're not dead, and the body rejoices. And self-value, value fulfillment is in many different ways in other systems. For the physical body, value fulfillment for it is, hey, finally I'm free. Now I can break myself down and become one with, nature, and spread out into other life forms, whether they eat parts of the body or, however it is, man, it just moves on. And then you move on through non-physical reality, and you realize what you want to do in your next steps. But nothing ever gets destroyed, guys. That's what I'm trying to say. You're already immortal. You just got to accept it. That's it. So back to Raphael. Raphael, look, man, your friends, you're doing the right thing. Everything you said in your message, excuse me, just say, I could agree with that, man. Look, you got to put positive energy. Visualize. Your visualization goes a long ways, guys. A lot of people don't realize that. It's not just about, okay, I'm visualizing a castle, and now I'm on a beach, everything's peaceful and cheery. Nah, man. You visualize yourself how you want to be. Now, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to touch on this now. I'm going to share something with you, right? I've been hitting the gym for like a couple of weeks now, right? I got an opportunity to train at this place, and it's been about 3 weeks, right? And this is no joke, man. For 3 weeks straight, I've been hitting the gym 5 days a week for 2.5 to 3 hours before, going out to take care of my day, whatever I gotta do. And I've been on it religiously. Now, why this change? It's not really a change. I've always been training and exercise, but I really wanted to get, I just want to get bigger. That's what it is. And it's just me. I want to see how big I can get. And this connects into multidimensionality. Now check this out. Before that this story is going to tell you how things connect, and everything's connected, right? 3 weeks, within that week of me getting into this place to work out, right? I was always been thinking, man, I really want to train, I want to get big. And basically the weights I have at home, like I have weights, but like I kind of reached a limit on what I can do with them. Like I need more stuff, more equipment to get the body that I'm looking for. So I was thinking about this hard. That night, on one of these nights, I went to bed, crossed over into my other experiences, and I came across a future me. Now, it's not that rare to come across other selves of myself. It happens all the time. But there's a certain degree of, whenever I'm focusing on something or I really want to do something, specific selves of myself come to me. So in this experience, this other me came, and it was interesting, right? Because it was obviously a so-called future me from another reality. He had a full beard, which was better than mine. I was a bit jealous. But he was rocking a nice full beard, looked real good, and he was buff. I mean, he was fucking jacked, man. This other me was jacked, like bodybuilder status. Like, he looked good, man, like solid, rock hard, solid, ripped. But I knew it was another aspect of myself when I came across it. And he was cool. So he was like, and this is the experience, God, I'm break it down. He came to me, he was like, hey man, what's up, man? It's always weird when I talk to myself, because my character doesn't really change, even in these other realities. Not much. Sometimes they do. But in this one, he was like, hey, man, what's up? What's going on, man? And he was like, so you want to get jacked? And I was like, yeah, man. And he said to me, which is myself told myself, he was like, you know, you always would say this. You've been saying you want to get jacked for years and you haven't really pushed yourself. And I was like, nah, man, I've been working out. He was like, I know you've been working out. I know you've been training. But if you want to get to where I'm at, you're going to have to put in more work. You're going to have to just get more serious. I was like, yeah, I know. So he was like, but don't be too, so he was like, don't be too hard on yourself though, man. He was like, look, are you serious? I was like, yeah, I'm serious, man. He was like, nah, are you serious? I was like, I'm serious. He was like, all right, look, if you really want to get like this, I'm going to help you. He said, I'm going to give you the support that you need. But when the opportunities come, you got to take them, man. And I was like, all right, man. So I was like, so what's up? He was like, well, don't worry about it now. They'll come. When they come, you'll know it. So, yeah, you just know. It's like, all right. So then after that little experience, boom, woke up, came back to my body. So I went about my day. And within the course of that week, I came across an individual who, long story short, basically gave me the opportunity to train in their private gym, which is like basically I have a whole gym, you know, to myself. And it was kind of a one-up deal where it was like nobody else. It was like just you. Don't tell nobody about this, but I'm gonna let you use my space. Don't mention it to anybody because this is my private thing and I don't like sharing, but I like you, so hey, I'll put you down. And I was like, okay, cool. Now, when this opportunity came, it all came to me that, sorry, I see people closing up. Some people closing up their little business there. But basically, when this opportunity came, it was like the wake-up call, man. It was like the experience came just like the other me said, the time was gonna come. You know, now, the reason it's a big deal, because like me, generally, I don't really like connecting with people. I know that sounds weird because I'm on YouTube talking to thousands of people, but, you know, I'm a bit of a recluse sometimes. I don't like fucking dealing with people. I don't like gatherings and shit, man. That's just me. You know, I'm a bit of a private person. But when this opportunity came, like, I could have justified saying no, but by that being my character, I could have been like, nah, man, you know, oh, thanks a lot, I appreciate it, but, you know, I'm not really interested, or, you know, I'll think about it. But in the process of this person telling me this, instantly it all connected, and I was like, oh, this is the moment the other me was telling me about. So I said, okay. So yeah, that's what happened. So now, like I said, I've been in the gym, I'm hitting it up in this person's private space 5 days a week. Like I said, 2.5 to 3 hours, depending on my schedule, but I try to put in at least 3. And changes are already happening, man. Like, let me tell you this, man. Like, I've always had a complex in my younger human days because I was always too skinny, right? Especially before I came here. I came in Japan and, you know, basically I started gaining weight because, you know, you get older, you start gaining weight. And I was like, you know, it was a complex, but at the same time, it was a kind of like sense of pride. Because I was like, man, I can fucking eat anything, man. I'll never get fat, never. But of course, when you get a certain age, you start naturally gaining on weight. So the weight came on, and when I didn't like the way it was looking, so I had this epiphany, which is common sense basically. It was like, well, if I'm gonna naturally just start gaining weight because I'm getting older, why not train hard and like just turn that into muscle, you know, and just bulk up. So, but I've been saying that for a long time. Now, I did get bigger compared to just say 2 years ago. For example, say like shirt size, I've gone from a, not small, I would say, was it small? I would say from a medium to a large, and now I'm on an extra large. And the thing is, right, it's funny because I've only been up in there 3 weeks training, and yo, shit's already happening, man. And, you know, I put on my shirt on today to go to work, and I was like, uh-oh, this shit is feeling kind of tight, man. I can't even like pull my arm around. And, you know, it's like, it's exciting at the same time. I was like, damn, I don't want to waste money on some new shirts, because I just bought these shirts. But yeah, man, you know, back to Raphael, man, listen, like I said, we all get older. It happens. It's a natural process, man. You can't really do anything about it. But what you can do about it is how you treat your body, and how you decide you're gonna grow and get older. You're gonna be, look, man, you go on YouTube, you see these guys like fucking 70, 80 years old, jacked, buffed out, looking better than 20-year-olds because they hit in the gym. Now I know the gym is not for everybody, and everybody doesn't like hitting weights and you're doing calisthenics and all these things, but look, man, fat is out. I mean, let's just keep it real. Nobody likes fat, man. I mean, especially, this is both sides, men or women. If you still want to be in a dating game, you want to go out, you want to meet people, you want to hook up, fat is just not in, man. So, and it's never too late. And let me tell you this, man. Let me tell you this. When I decided to grow my beard out, now remember, I'm in Japan. We talked about this, how in Japan, all men basically have no facial hair. You might see a few, but facial hair is like taboo. People are scared of facial hair. And people are scared of muscles. Most men in Japan don't hit the gym. Now, of course, there are some, I'm not saying everybody, but there's some men that do hit the gym. But basically, it's like, if you see a buffed out guy looking like a bodybuilder walking in Japan, it comes down to a few options, mostly two. Either he's a wrestler, or he's into rugby or some kind of like super sport, or I'll say three, he's a few, but rugby, a wrestler, or he's a bodybuilder. Normal people ain't walking around looking jacked. That's just how it is. It's a fact. So, you know, when I started growing my beard out and I was working out, and there were people noticed, like, oh man, you're getting bigger, but you know, you gotta remember, you know, women don't like, you know, Japanese women don't like buff guys, you know, Japanese women don't like facial hair. And you know, now if I was a weak individual, I would have been like, yeah, you know, you're right, maybe I should just, you know, keep a baby face. But now, fuck that, man. Look, I'm telling you this now. I've gotten more play, all my years in Japan, I've gotten more play in these past, when did I start trying to grow my beard out? I think it was maybe almost a year. I think it's back in February or something, yeah. February or March, it's almost been a year. Man, once I started growing my hair, I've gotten more play in these months, almost a year, than I've ever gotten in all the years I've been here. And when I started getting buff and bigger, I've gotten way more play than I've ever gotten here in Japan. Everybody's like, oh, women don't like muscles. Okay, keep telling yourself that. At the end of the day, you got a skinny motherfucker, a fat motherfucker, and a built motherfucker. Who they gonna go for? Let's just keep it simple, man. People want somebody that looks good next to them. So all that skinny shit, walking around, oh, you know, I don't want to get too big, you know, I want to stay. Okay. See how far it's gonna get you, man. And you know, it gives you a sense of confidence. You know, you walk around differently, you feel differently, you feel good. It's not even about women or men. You know, if women watch my videos, if you're up in the gym, it's about yourself, man. And it makes you feel good as an individual. When you feel good, when you work out and you exercise and you train, you look good, you feel good, it all connects. Now, I'm gonna connect this to something else that you guys don't know about. I don't know if I talked about in the past. The body creates, when you work out, when you do yoga, it doesn't have to be bodybuilding or training, but any physical activity, whether it's yoga, Pilates, any of this stuff. When you work in the body, it builds up a chemical reaction. It's basically energy. Let's keep it simple. It builds up energy. That energy needs to be burned off somehow. And where does it get burned off at? In your non-physical realities. So if you notice when you start training more, your non-physical experiences are gonna start being more vivid. Excuse me. Basically, you're gonna start having more energy to do more things. Why? And it touches on all levels, because on one level, you're gonna feel more confident. So when you go into non-physical states, you're gonna be going in confident. Two, this is energy that has to be burned off. So it's gonna get burned off through these adventures you carry through the night or in your meditations. Things are gonna be more vivid. You're gonna have more abilities. You're gonna feel, you know, more of an urge to tempt more things. You know, you're gonna be tempted more activities, try out more abilities that you may have been scared or more timid about to try in the past. So you're gonna have all these things happening, and that was somebody sitting behind me. You're gonna have all these things happening, and it's gonna be a drive. You're gonna have this drive of energy that's gonna be pushing you, and it's all gonna come from the bodybuilding, from the exercises or whatever it is you're doing. So you gotta train, man. You gotta work out. You're gonna feel good, and it's gonna take you a long way, man. So, as far as people talking about, you know, oh, you getting too big, oh, women don't like this. I don't listen to that shit, man, because like I said, I'm getting way more play now than I've ever gotten. Now that I'm going into this new phase with my body. And yeah, man, just you gotta feel good, man. Like I said, you're already immortal. You already have it. Immortality is a given to everybody. You don't gotta wait for it. You don't have to do a ritual to get it. You don't gotta do any special spells to have it. You are an immortal being. It's all about the recognition. Once you get to the recognition point where you just know, that's when the gates open up. Everything opens up. Your access to the dream realms, your access to the non-physical realms, your access to the astral realms, whatever you want to call these things, whatever names they go by, it doesn't matter. Remember, names are just names. However you want to describe them, once you accept them, once you accept your own immortality, you know, I don't know if I gotta make another video on this. I mean, I made already a few videos on immortality, but guys, I mean, I know it sounds so simple for me to just say, yeah, you're immortal, shit, why not? Go ahead, you're immortal, man, don't worry about it. But that's just my nonchalant attitude. But it really is that simple, guys. The problem is, when you start to deny it, I'm going to self-doubt, it's going, oh, I'm immortal. And then you stub your foot